1, 2, and I'm back in the place to be. You know, you see these scoundrels. You know, we got one scoundrel right there. We got one right here on his little cell phone. We got scoundrels out here and shit. You know, they out here, you know, of course, doing the same thing. You know, he's sitting there. You know, that whatever that establishment is, it's not open. It's just a business. You know what I'm saying? But he kind of just sitting there like a clown. You know, that ain't no business where you can do commerce or nothing. And he was sitting there waiting on me to cross this intersection where you see that taxi cab right there coming from. But I just stopped and just started recording. It was easy. Most of the time, a lot of the TIs, you know, when you do this, you know, some of them just don't want to be on camera or just, you know, some of them will speed off, get up out of there. But in my case, I'm on a whole nother level when it comes to this so-called TI shit. We got one guy right here, you know, he ain't doing nothing but staring at his phone, you know. Shout out to my guy DB, you know, I'm talking about, you know, shout out to my guy, you know. He with the strength, you know, because I can relate to what he talking about. I can relate to what my guy AJ, shout out to AJ gang stalking, you know, talk with him, you know what I'm talking about. But this be what it be, man, you know, like these cats is just out here lurking, you know, they lurking, you know, just, I see you, but they kind of want you to see them, but you got to at least be able to, you know, if you was trying to explain this to somebody, they wouldn't believe you and shit if you didn't record it. But it is what it is. It's the whole car color code, you know, look like right there, we got a black vehicle, you know, just posted. He posted, you know, I mean, I would trust you more if that car was just, you know, turn your engine off, turn your lights off, and then you look more, you know what I'm talking about, you look more like a parked car, and I wouldn't suspect anything. But since you just sitting there, you know, next to a building that's being constructed, you know, as you can see, there's nothing here. This is a one-way road, you know, as you can see, oncoming traffic coming. You know, this is a one-way road. That's it. That's all. You know, next intersection, next block is down there, right there. Okay? That's Wells, South Wells. You know, we in Reno, Nevada. Then, like I said, we got this cat right here. He ain't doing nothing. He in his phone. He playing. And then we got this cat right here, because I was on that side of the street, but then I just crossed over because it just seemed easier to do that. And boom, there you go. Now, we got another car pulling up to the intersection, and that's a white car, and it's making a right because this is a one-way. You got to go that way. And then we got this car that's just sitting there. And like I said, this ain't no liquor store. This ain't no McDonald's. It's none of that. And he just sitting there suspect. And so that's what I mean by, you know, they be on point everywhere where you go because they're attracted to the light, you know, and the world feel so dark. You know, but, you know, until the next episode.